Captain Caveman.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to episode number 45 of the Promo UPFront Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Bill Petrie. With me, as always, the Officer of Ohio, the Admiral of Appalachia, the one and only King of Coshocton, the original good time player man himself, the one and only Kirby Hasseman. Kirby, how are you this fine day?
I am doing really well, my friend. I'm, again, I think that things are starting to open up. Business is starting to open up. That there's challenges within that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a really good mood, really good spot. How about you, bud?
Doing great. It's beautiful today. It's one of those perfect days. I'm a big believer, like the perfect outfit is shorts, a long sleeve t-shirt or a sweatshirt, and flip-flops. And that's what I'm wearing today. It's like 67 outside.
Nice.
The sun is shining. And it just gives me so much inspiration. So much so, I started thinking about, where do I get my industry inspiration? Do you have any idea where I might do that?
Where's that, Bill?
See, you didn't know, and this is why I'm here. I have to remind you this every week. It's the only place to get your industry ideas, inspiration, information. That's Promo Pulse. That's right. It's the app that's right there on your phone. Kirby just showed it right there if you're watching the video. It's the one-stop app to get everything you need about the promotional products industry. We've talked about how it's convenient. Look at him scroll through it so effortlessly. There's no effort involved.
Easy peasy.
It's convenient, free to use. It's got a personalized experience based on what you like, what you don't like. You can sign up to get the daily pulse to get those ideas for your clients every single morning. Brand new ideas, free of charge from industry suppliers for your clients every single morning. It's got that Alexa-enabled app and so much more. I know you love the Promo Pulse app. I think it's really something you do look at right before you get on the treadmill every morning. Mm-hmm. Yep. What is your favorite thing about that app, Kirby?
I think we've talked about it a lot, but it's worth mentioning. I think it's the place where you really do get the pulse each day. And I do it. The morning is when I'm there. So it's like, when you feel like I put my phone down at night, I really practice that. So in the morning when I'm getting ramped up before I hit the treadmill, it's a place to go, okay, what content's out there? What specials? What's sort of trending? Because I feel like that is one of the places I can get it. And I can get the things that are trending with these suppliers and content creators that I care about. And for me, that just adds a ton of value.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. It's the first thing I do after I wake up is that's one of the first sites or first apps I visit on my phone is the Promo Pulse app, so I can get an idea of what is going on in the industry. And having the knowledge that it's created by Jason Noakes, who has such a long and rich history of creating great technology in the industry. Yeah. He did it for literally decades with Distributor Central. He's been an innovator. He's won numerous Pyramid Awards for his web-based activities. Really tremendous stuff. So we've got some really cool stuff we're going to be sharing in the next couple of weeks. And that's what's called in the podcast business a tease.
Yes.
In the next few weeks, we're going to be sharing some really, really cool stuff. So stay tuned. But in the meantime, if you don't want to miss out, and you don't, download that Promo Pulse app. All you have to do, you don't have to hop in your car. You don't have to pick up the phone. All you do is go to your local app store, which is right there on your phone.
Yeah, I was going to say, you kind of have to pick up the phone, but yeah.
Okay, now we short-circuited my brain. Anyway, pick up your phone, go to your local app store, download the Promo Pulse app. You're not going to be sorry you did, but also do more than download it. Make it a habit of just checking that app once a day. You'll be amazed of the great ideas, inspiration, and information you can get.
Absolutely, my friend.
All right, Kirby, this is the Promo UPFront Podcast. You have the Promo UPFront topic of the day. Why don't you lay it on us?
Okay. So here's the thing that we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about it related to the marketing and promo industry. But what we're going to discuss is a nationwide, probably a bit of a worldwide problem. There is such challenges within the supply chain. And, no matter what you're trying to do, if you're trying to buy laptops, if you're trying to buy cars, lumber, whatever, there are just challenges with the supply chain. And I think one of the reasons I'm a little bit frustrated and fired up about this topic is that we have been talking about this on this podcast for an extended period of time. Smarter people than you and I have been talking about it for longer than that. This is coming. This is coming. This is coming.
Right.
The leaders, especially the smartest leaders from our suppliers, have been saying, look, these are the challenges we're running into. And it has to do with supply chain. It has to do with labor force. I had the chance to talk to Jonathan Isaacson a couple weeks ago, and he talked about this, about every supplier is facing this.
Yeah, and Jonathan Isaacson, one of the smartest and brightest minds in the promotional products industry, running one of the top 20 suppliers. I mean, he really understands that topic more than most anybody.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's an is, right? Like it's, and I'm not saying it's not frustrating. I'm not saying it's not challenging. I'm not saying there aren't days that you don't want to pull your hair out, but going to the promotional products professionals page on a damn near hourly basis to complain about it is maddening. Please stop doing it. Not only are you being a bad partner, right? to our supplier partners, because look, we throw around the word partnership all of the time, but you're not being a good partner. But quite frankly, you're sounding uneducated. You sound dumb when you're like, hey, is it only me? No. Can I vent? No. What's up with this vet? Just stop it. Be an adult. So that's the end of my rant about this.
You rant? I'm going to continue your rant. So here's the thing. People go on that page and it's just a free for all. Yeah. And I think the admins do a great job of that. They do. So this is not castigating them in any way, shape, or form, but it's be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And I'm not sure how to be part of the solution. I am sure how not to be part of the problem, though. Yeah. And complaining and lighting suppliers on fire for things like, well, they told me they had stock that they didn't. Well, that happens, sadly. Yeah. And that's frustrating.
Right now, more than ever.
That. Exactly. And it's called being communicative with your clients and letting them know, we've talked about this. Yeah. You alluded to that we've talked about how stretched the supply chain is, how important it is, even if you and your clients aren't experiencing it, what a good time it is to bring it up. Hey, over the next few months, we're not sure what the supply chain looks like. This is not a situation of, hey, someone else is looking at this car, you might want to buy it now. It's, you need to plan, whereas a year ago or 2 years ago, you need to plan 4 weeks ahead. You need to be planning 3 months ahead now. Yeah. And that's me being a good partner. I'm not telling you to buy something today because I need the sale. I'm telling you, you might really need to look at your marketing calendar more far out than you ever thought you needed to in 2021. Because I think we've all learned that the supply chain, which we didn't realize, was maxed at all times, that it was running at certainly peak efficiency, but also peak performance. So it's right at that limit. And what lumber's up, I don't know how much percent.
Just like 400, 500%. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And so the lack of grace we have with our partners, and it's a term, as you so correctly pointed out, it's thrown around very carelessly.
Yeah. When we want it, when we want a discount as distributors, we want you to be our partner. Right. But when the idea that, hey, on hold times are longer, they are. There's a labor crisis, folks.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I think one of the things that frustrates me the most is I keep thinking, if one of your clients, if one of your peers, if one of your competitors posted something like this about you on a social media channel, how would that make you feel? And it's not just that customer service person, it's their whole sales team that's seeing it. It's a really tough spot to be putting our supplier partners in.
So I'm going to take a little bit of a contrarian view here. I actually like that these people post in the promotional products professionals page and show their ignorance, show their stupidity, and show the fact that they have zero patience for a true partnership relationship, which means sometimes things are really great and sometimes there's challenges, and real partners work through those things. So if I'm a supplier, I'm taking note of all the
Mm.
people who are scorching earth in there. I'm like, I don't want that business
Yeah.
because they're going to turn on me the second there's a challenge.
Yeah. That's a
And
great point.
I seriously, it drives me nuts. So I'm actually really glad you brought this up. This is one of those angry, bitter podcasts we're gonna have.
I can already tell.
But I absolutely love the fact that you brought this up. It's unconscionable, but please, dumbasses, continue to do it. Please do it, because it just shows us all who's really not going to survive the new economy.
Yeah, I guess my thing about it is, I will say you have been a good teacher to me on this, okay? Because you've talked to me about like being proactive on the education thing. I think God, we get email, like I get 100 emails a day, it feels like. Read one of them. They're all talking about the supply chain, from ASI, from PPAI, from promo marketing, from promo corner, they're all talking about it. And so just read one of them, get educated, and use the opportunity to elevate yourself in the eyes of your clients.
Yeah,
So,
all you do, it's having a conversation. We all talk about having sales conversations with our clients that aren't, I was just checking in.
yeah.
This is one of them.
Yeah, you have an opportunity. Stop lambasting people and use it as an opportunity to grow.
Wow, Angry Kirby making an early appearance on the Promo UPFront Podcast, episode number 45. I don't know about you folks. I kind of dig it. Let's see if we can get more Angry Kirby. Kirby, let's talk about the Halo rebrand.
I had a feeling you bring that up.
You knew I was going to mix up. Okay. So Halo rebranded, Halo Branded Solutions, one of the top 2 or 3 distributors in the promotional products industry, has rebranded. I'm sure you've seen it, Kirby. You've seen the old and the new, correct?
Yep, absolutely. And I knew you'd be bringing it up, so I tried to look at it a little bit more.
Prepared. All right. So they went back to more of a Helvetica font, a very a neutral font. It's something they actually had way back when I was with Halo and you were with Halo back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
They have a really interesting hidden H icon, which is very cool. No tagline. They've taken out the Branded Solutions tagline. And the colors are blue and kind of a hot pink and magenta. And Mark Simon said, our redesign and the powerful messaging associated with it will allow us to better articulate the extensive client capabilities and solutions we offer. Kirby, I'd like your thoughts. I certainly have mine.
Okay.
If you'd like me to go first, I will.
No, because mine will be quick. So overall, I like it. It actually took me a minute, I'll be honest, to see the H. Once I saw the H, I was like, oh, I like it. And now I can't unsee it. And so I like the colors because I think they're bold. I like the losing of the tagline. Again, for me, we talk about your brand of icon, the circle H icon. I think that the H, the hidden H, if you're calling it that, is going to be an icon as well. And in the interest of transparency, I think that once a brand launch is done, like you spend so much time and you want to get it right. But after that, it's about consistency and keeping it up. Yeah. I think we spend so much time on that piece of it that sometimes we overstate the good or the bad of it.
Correct.
But my overall opinion, thumbs up.
Yeah. So I'm going to say overall thumbs up as well, but with a couple things I'm going to disagree with you on.
Okay.
I don't like the fact that they took out the words branded solutions. Halo could mean a million different things.
Sure.
And so if you're not in the industry, it kind of reminds me of when they were on the back of Major League dugouts in the late 90s and the back of the Chicago Bulls chairs and just said Halo. And you're like, what is that?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's great. So I'm a big believer that your overall logo should articulate very quickly and efficiently who you are and what you do. Okay. I do like the hidden H. Mm-hmm. It does feel a little like the direction was, hey, we like that hidden arrow in the FedEx. Do something like that. And someone was trying really hard to do it. But I think they pulled it off really, really well. And I actually really like it. I love the new font. I never loved the font of the previous version. It felt like some sort of weird sci-fi movie from 2002. So I actually love that they got rid of that. I love the blue and I like the hot pink and magenta. I don't like them together.
Yeah, it didn't bother me.
Separate, well, for whatever reason, maybe it's my eyes. Seriously, when those two are together, it quite literally hurts my eyes. When they're separate, I like them a ton, a ton. So that's just me. So I think the icon's clever. It's interesting that they have eschewed, or I thought the most interesting thing about it, the most obvious thing they could do is put a halo or some sort of halo around the logo, and they didn't do that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think it's bold, and I always like bold, that they didn't do the obvious. So I'm going to give them a thumbs up on the logo. I think it's long overdue, and I do like the hidden H. My thing is, I missed the tagline. I think you're missing an opportunity there to educate people who don't know who you are, what you do. And I don't love the color combination together. Separately on a white background, I like it. But when the pink is on the blue, I'm out.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of like it just because it is so bold.
That's
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so,
Yeah.
that's so anyway, cool stuff.
Well, speaking of bold, Kirby,
Okay.
I don't know about you, but I have a feeling I need to share a promotional product, and it's a bold
I would love
one.
that.
It's my favorite, one of my favorite promotional products. So this time of year, and because of the pandemic, it's been pushed to different dates. Last year was canceled. One of my favorite things to do every year is to go to the Band Together concert in Raleigh, North Carolina, supporting a not-for-profit in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. It's their main event. They raise millions of dollars every year.
Amazing.
It's really cool. And I go there and I volunteer. And one of my things that I've kept. So we talk about how important promotional products are being used, kept, and remembered.
Right.
This is one I keep and I use.
Okay.
And these are sunglasses. You can see the side here. It says Band Together. And these are number 6223 Malibu sunglasses from HIT. And I feel like I should podcast the rest of the way with these things.
You totally should. Those look really good.
I'm not going to, but I actually love these things. They're very comfortable, very stylish. They're very cost-effective price point. And it's one of those things at the event, you see everybody wearing these. They love them. And people want certain colors. I want the bright yellow and I want the black ones. And I want really cool product from HIT. And every time I put these on, it transports me right back, and I feel like I'm standing next to David Schultz on one side and Danny Rosen on the other, and Roger Burnett over here, and Charity Gibson over there, and we're all ready to go see either Michael Franti or the Ben Folds 5, or
that's amazing.
Anything great. So I absolutely love these, especially as we come to summer. These are such a great product to share with people.
It's a great choice. And I will say that, so what I love is you said it transports you back. The other thing is, like, I see that and I'm like, I think events are coming back, baby.
Yes, they are, baby. All right, Kirby, you got another topic for us?
I do.
Uh-oh.
I do.
Oh, that was a deep breath. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Should I buckle up?
Yeah, maybe. So maybe not. So this is one of those things that I've tried to debate about whether I was going to bring it up.
Okay.
So a couple days ago, I got tagged in it was a picture of me and my family.
Yep.
And so give me a minute to unpack this for you.
Okay.
And so my sister made a comment about it, and it's a picture from like 2 years ago. And just me, my mom, dad, my sisters, whatever. Pretty harmless picture from Father's Day. And somebody reached out to me and made a comment that I might be doing something offensive. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, let me look.
I'm going to time out real quick, just because I've seen the picture, so I know exactly the picture you're talking about. So I'm very curious to hear this.
Yeah. So they said I was making an okay symbol in the picture, and I was. Mm-hmm. Now, in the interest of transparency, there was a game at one point in, like, if you did this and then somebody saw you doing it, you either punched them in the arm or they punched you in the arm, and so that's I think what it was about at the time. It was 2 years ago, whatever. But they said that that has become a symbol of hate and a symbol that like white supremacists would use.
Okay. Yeah. And
I was like, and I'll be honest with you, my initial reaction, I mean, it hit me in the gut. I'm like, oh my God, I can't be associated with that. I would say clearly I am the opposite of anything that a group like that would stand for. And so my initial reaction was, oh my God, I got to reach out to my parents. I got to have them take that picture down. I got to do this. And I got to do that. And this all happened, by the way, by 6 a.m., right? Like I was up, seeing this. And then I had a moment and I'm like, screw that. I'm not doing that. I'm not that. And I think that we live in this really weird time. I mean, and then by the way, of course, then I'm Googling it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's articles from NPR, there's articles all over saying that this has become a symbol of hate. Now, why am I bringing this up?
Kirby, why are you bringing this up?
I'm bringing it up because I think it's a marketing issue.
Okay.
And I mean this. So a white supremacist group, a hate group, right? Can we agree, and I'm asking the question for real, that is a small, tiny slice of humanity, right? Most people, if you run into them, you don't run into that in the real world most of the time. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay. We've allowed small, tiny extremist groups to hijack okay. Like my whole life, okay meant fine or good or great or wonderful or whatever. And now all of a sudden and people are saying, oh, well, you just can't do that anymore. We have to stop using that symbol anymore because it's this. And rather than just bring up the issue and try to complain about it, I have a solution. I have a suggestion, and I want, if you're comfortable talking about it.
I am. Okay. Can I give my opinion before your solution, or do you want to give your solution and then hear my
solution?
opinion?
Yeah, then I want to hear, and again, jump in for real. I think we need, when we see a symbol like that has been a thing, whether it's the peace sign or whether it's this, because those things mean different things in different cultures. When it gets hijacked by a small group, as marketers, we need to take it back, right? We need to, rather than just walk away, rather than just take the easier path to say, oh, okay, well, apparently I'm offending people, or I'm going to take the picture down, or I'm going to do this. God, we got to stand up. At some point, we have to take those things back. And I was saying that how painful would it be that the okay symbol, if it is a white supremacist group, that suddenly, as the rest of the world, we said, okay, that is now a symbol of Black pride or gay pride or diversity. Like, I'm telling you, the small group would stop using it. Because it would water down this strange message they're trying to get. So that's my kind of thing. That's my solution. I want your take.
Okay, so I know the picture in question. It was for Mother's Day. It was you with your mom, your dad, and your two sisters.
Yep.
And before we go any further, I was frankly more offended by your jorts than anything else.
The shirt said "girl dad."
But you're wearing jorts. I mean, there's a lot other things to unpack.
I was not wearing jeans. They weren't jorts, but it's fine.
They were jorts. Anyway, but to your point, and I don't want to make a joke of it. I agree with you 100%. And this stuff really kind of boils my bill blood a little bit, because we have allowed the vocal minority
big time
in society to kind of lead the charge,
to bully us.
And when you were talking, it reminded me, there's a concert, and I forget which one by U2, I forget which live album it's from, and they're about to play a cover version of the Beatles song Helter Skelter, and Bono says, this song was stolen by Charles Manson, we're stealing it back. And I love that attitude. There are certain things, unfortunately, that weren't a minority that have been symbols that have been turned into hate symbols. For centuries, the swastika was a Christian symbol.
Right.
And then, unfortunately, a majority in the Nazis in Germany took that symbol and made it hate. That's a symbol I don't really care to see anymore. I don't care when it was put out. I don't care what the thought was behind it. I think the thing that bothers me, so let me finish that point. And I think when there's things with a vocal minority with an okay symbol, or maybe they decide someone who's got a rooster haircut is a racist or whatever, that's a problem. I think what bothers me the most, and I don't know who sent this, you will tell me offline. We will not have that. I will not eviscerate that person. I have a feeling we both know who that person is, but I'm not going to speculate. I think what bothers me most about this, I wish people would stop thinking the worst of everybody.
Yeah.
It's I know who Kirby Hasseman is.
Right.
And he might live in a small town, and he might not have the most sophisticated palate of anyone I've ever met.
For food.
and he might favor jorts, joking aside, but he's not a racist. And I would never think that in a million years. In fact, I saw Kelsey and I actually had a conversation about this photo. We saw the OK symbol and we talked about it was the whole gotcha game.
Yeah. That's
so just so you know.
Yeah.
So here it's the thing we've talked about before. If you go looking for that, you'll find it.
Yeah.
If you go looking for, so if it, I agree with you. And I think the solution is we do steal back. And I think you have to speak out when it's, you know, it's sad that you have to feel that you need to be on the defensive,
right?
Just for a picture that was innocent.
Yeah.
And we're letting a vocal minority at times really take away joy. That's really, it's just stealing joy. That's a lovely picture of you and your family on Mother's Day. And you got to wake up at 6 a.m. to, hey man, so I guess you're racist.
Well, and to be fair, that wasn't the tone of the message.
No, I'm sure the tone was, hey, did you know that was a racist,
right, just
hate group symbol.
Yeah. And so, and honestly, one of the things that the takeaway for me is, and you know me well enough I am perfectly comfortable with a little bit of controversy,
Absolutely.
right? I'm perfectly willing to stand up for myself. And it makes me go, if I felt like this, oh my God, what about the people who are already struggling? And I think that's why it's just easier to go along. It's just easier to say, I'll just take the picture down. And that's bullshit. It's bullshit. You're trying to gauge my intention around something silly.
You have to stand up for what you believe in. And I'll go back to the Nazi Germany analogy. First, they took the butcher. I didn't need to fight for the butcher. Then they took the cobbler. And then they took them, then they came for me and there was no one left to fight for me.
Yeah.
Right. And I think if you don't stand up and say, no, that wasn't racist. And whether I knew it or not, just because if I do this right now, hi, I'm Bill Petrie. I'm using the OK symbol. I'm using it right now. If you're watching this on video, I'm not a racist. I'm not a member of a hate group. And I mean that Kirby is okay. Don't come at me with that. That's a tough one. I'm glad you brought it up. That's a good topic, Kirby. I'm really curious about our audience because I'm sure there are subtle nuances you and I don't pick up on,
of course,
that I'd love to hear about. So, but overall, I agree with you.
Well, again, I think we like what you said. Let's start to try and give people the benefit of the doubt. Apparently, both my topics go to that.
Well, it's something we teach in our house. You can, when you have an issue, you can automatically think the best of someone or the worst of someone.
Yeah.
It's much better when you think the best of someone in that if they hurt your feelings or did something wrong, they didn't mean to.
Yeah.
As opposed to think that they did it maliciously, that there was hate behind it. So
well, I appreciate you humoring me on that. Thank you.
No, you're humored. All right, Kirby, last topic, and let's go right to the game.
Excited.
I don't know if you saw this. A hospital sued the fully promoted franchise for PPE fraud. We have more PPE fraud. This is a big one.
Okay, so I saw the headline. That's as far as I got.
All right, so this is in Ohio. So the Kettering Health Network, based out of Dayton, sued Jade Designs. They do business. They're a fully promoted franchise. They do business as fully promoted. And Jennifer Snyder, who's the managing partner, for $1.2 million plus damages.
Yikes.
They actually sold 2 orders. Now, follow me on this. Okay. They sold one mask order in March of 2020 for 330,000 masks for $1.16 million. They never delivered. Never delivered on these masks. This is in March of last year. They refunded everything back to Kettering, but about $47,000, just shy of $47,000. Okay. Despite all of that, Kettering comes back to the same fully promoted franchise in December of 2020, wanting 330 more masks. Or they never got initial masks. They want 330 masks.
330,000 masks.
330,000 masks for $1.18 million. The masks were delivered, but during a fit testing for employees, the masks came under suspicion due to an allergic reaction. That shouldn't happen with a KN95. Okay. Kettering did some digging, which included consulting with 3M. 3M came back to Kettering Health Network, said, the batch of masks is counterfeit and we recommend you do not use product from this seller. When they were confronted, this is all from the lawsuit, when they were confronted, the fully promoted franchise, quote, admitted for the first time it did not use normal distribution channels to secure the masks. This admission stands in direct contradiction to Fully Promoted's prior representations made to Kettering over the course of several months that it was working with 3M to secure the masks, including, quote, daily communications, unquote, with 3M, providing 3M with huge amounts of documentation, allowing 3M to fully vet Fully Promoted. The masks were useless, and Kettering is demanding a refund. This happened in December. They have not been reimbursed for their $1.8 million, $1.18 million. And according to the lawsuit, this is what the lawsuit says, Fully Promoted continues to insist that the masks could somehow still be legitimate and refuses to refund Kettering until Fully Promoted has the opportunity to resell these counterfeit masks to unsuspecting third parties. So they're seeking more than $1.2 million in damages in addition to reimbursement for the counterfeit masks. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's
huge.
mean, that's to unpack all that. That's a lot to go with, and it's in the interest of transparency. It's one of the things I think you said a long time ago was one of your concerns when this all went down and the PPE piece was coming. And to be in the interest of transparency, it's one of the reasons, like for me, I'm not an expert in that. I do branded stuff. So that's what, you and I've had this conversation, but yeah, the idea of, wow.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. It's one of the things I said when PPE became this spotlight for the promotional products industry. I think I said to you, I'm really concerned about what happens after all this is over with, all the fraudulent stuff out there. And this is one of them. I just, I'm sure they got in over their head. I think there was greed involved. People are trying to save their businesses. So on some level, I understand that. But then I partially blames Kettering. I mean, you already ordered masks that weren't delivered. You got most of your refund, but they still kept about $47,000. Shame on you for going back. Don't get mad when you put your hand in a shark tank and you get bit.
Right.
I mean, you had to know there was something not right with that group of people. And again, I don't know everything. Everything's alleged. I'm not saying anybody's guilty, but my sense is there's more to come, but it's really sad, Kirby. I find this so sad in such, one of the things we loved about our industry over the last 12 to 18 months is how we rallied and were able to help people secure personal protective equipment.
Yeah.
I think I'm really worried that it's mostly going to be undone by stuff like this.
I don't know that I'd go that far. And again, I think that I'm sure that the Fully Promoted franchise has, their own side of the story.
Of course. Absolutely. I'm not saying they're guilty. This is just what the lawsuit, which is public
you are reading
domain,
directly from that,
is alleging.
But on the other side, I don't know that it undoes it. I think that, again, just like anything else, there's going to be some challenges with, especially when something happened that fast, that, there's a lot of good that was done by our industry. And a few bad people, I don't think ruin it.
Here's why I disagree with you. If it bleeds, it leads. Headlines of fraud and things like that make a lot more noise than people doing good. Sadly, that's the way the media works right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's have some fun.
Yeah,
we've had a heavy podcast. We're going to have some fun right now with the party in the back. All right, Kirby.
All right.
This is the vaunted return of Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire is back. There are no wrong answers. And what I wanted to do with this one, and it was inspired by my business partner, Kelsey Cunningham. Okay. We want to get to know Kirby. This is a get to know Kirby version, and it's just completely random stuff. It's just a get to know Kirby version of Rapid Fire. So there truly are no wrong answers. These are things you just prefer. Okay.
I'll do my best.
Are you ready?
I think so.
All right. No, you can explain if you want, but all right. Steak sauce, Heinz 57 or A1?
A1 for sure.
See, isn't this easy? This is so easy.
Far. Right? And in the interest of transparency, none. I'd rather just enjoy the steak.
Fair enough. Bottle caps, bottle opener or twist off on your beer?
So I would go bottle opener just because generally the craft beer, the stuff, the IPAs and stuff that I like, that's what they have. That being said, an easy Miller Lite twist off is good.
Okay. Logistics company, UPS or FedEx?
UPS, I think.
Okay. Street in Coshocton, Chestnut Street or Cambridge Road?
Cambridge Road.
Okay. Shoes with a suit, wingtips or loafers?
I'll probably go loafers.
Okay. Superhero, Batman or Superman?
That's actually a tough one. I'm going to go Superman.
Clothing store in Coshocton, Rural King or Carol's Men's Shop?
I'm going to go Carol's Men's Shop. They are in the building I own.
Okay, there you go. Webinar platform, Zoom or GoToWebinar?
Zoom, for sure.
Okay, 70s rock, Eagles or Kiss?
Eagles all day.
Book in your hand, hardcover or paperback?
Hardcover.
I know you love pizza. Pizza in Coshocton, Crino's Pizza or Crowtown Pizza?
Ooh, both are really good. I'm going to go
pick
Crino's. Crino's right now. I'm kind of into
Okay.
Crino's right now. Pizza Point is the answer, but.
Okay, bingo. Board game, Monopoly or Risk?
Oh, Monopoly for sure.
Okay.
Dude, it's real estate.
Okay, beaches, California or Florida?
Florida all day.
I know how much you love coffee, Kirby. Coffee in Coshocton, Coshocton Coffee Connection, or Hannah Marie's Bakery and Coffee Shop?
Yeah, both are very good, but I'm going to go Coffee Connection.
Okay, sleeping, sheets tucked in or untucked?
Tucked in.
Okay. Childhood cartoon, Grape Ape or Captain Caveman? You're doing great, by the way.
Captain Caveman.
Okay. Nut, pecan or pistachio?
Probably pistachio. Neither, but pistachio.
Okay. Let's go with Mexican restaurant Coshocton.
Oh, this is easy. The Yucatan.
You won't go Tlaquepaque? Tlaquepaque. That's it. Tlaquepaque Mexican restaurant or the Yucatan?
So the Yucatan, they actually are both really good Mexican restaurants, but the family who owns the Yucatan, like the matriarch was actually my Skylar's teacher in preschool and kindergarten. So they're just wonderful people.
I actually like saying just Tlaquepaque.
It is fun to say. But Yucatan, the next time you're in town, we have margaritas at the Yucatan.
Okay. Star themed movie franchise, Star Wars or Star Trek?
I'm going to go Star Wars.
All right. Last one. Children's colleges that mine are going to, Alabama or Mississippi State?
I'm trying to think of a way that I can say Ohio State.
You can't.
Alabama State. No, I'll go. You know what? I'm going to go Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Okay, so what you're telling everyone is you're a bandwagon guy. Got that? But here's the thing where we want you to join the bandwagon. You need to get on the bandwagon of Promo Pulse, right? You want to be part of the cool kids. You want to be part of the people in the know, the people who are getting their ideas, inspiration, information. You gots to download that Promo Pulse app. And more than that, you got to use it every day, every single day. Every morning when you wake up, you got to look at that thing because it's really where you're going to get all your ideas, inspiration, information. So many supplier specials on there, so much content on there from providers, certainly like us, Promo Corner, Promo Marketing. Everything's on there. It's really your one-stop shop for the promo industry. And like I teased in the beginning, Kirby, there are some super cool, fun, wacky announcements coming up in the coming weeks that we're honestly, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm real excited about it. I was hoping we were able to do it this week. Asked to hold back. I'm holding back. This is me holding back. I'm now holding back. But yes, we got some really cool, fun stuff coming up. So download that Promo Pulse app today. Head over to your local app store and use it every single day. Kirby, thanks for the podcast. It was a good time today. We had some bitter and anger saltiness, which is always good.
Yeah, always fun. I always appreciate it. And I appreciate you letting me kind of go down that road.
Captain Man!
Your mic completely